Alone in a crowd of rugged men, nursing his drink in the far corner of the old post town's only tavern, Kime. A single man strides through the tavern door, massively built. He wears a garb of warrior. His soiled uniform bespeaks a long journey. A fatigue marks his face, but everywhere is a penetrating gleam, the look of a fighting man on active duty. A hero's return. The tavern's din hushes instantly. Every drunken eye in the place fastens on the soldier with awe and gratitude. The long war with the neighbouring country has ended at last, and the men who fought on the front lines are returning to their homes. So it is with this military man. The soldier takes a seat at the table next to Kime and downs a slug of liquor with the forcefulness of a hard drinker, a man who drinks to kill his pain. 2 cups, 3, 4. A customer approaches him, bowl in hand, wearing an intriguing grin and a typical crafty town punk. "Let me offer you a drink," wheedles the man, "as a token of gratitude of your heroic efforts on behalf of the fatherland." The soldier unsmilingly allows the man to fill his cup. "How was it at the front? I'm sure you performed many valiant deeds on the battlefield." The soldier empties his cup in silence. The punk refills his cup and adopts an even more fawning smile. "Now that we're friends, how about telling me some war stories? You got such big, strong arms. How many enemy soldiers did you kill?" Without a word, the soldier hurls the contents of his cup into the man's face. The punk flies into a rage and draws his knife. No sooner does it leave its sheath than Kime's fist sends it flying through the air. With the powerful unite in front of Kime and the soldier, the punk runs out uttering curses. The 2 big men watch him go and share a faint smile. Kime doesn't have to speak for the soldier to know he lives in a deep sadness. For his part, the soldier, having cheated death many number of times, is aware of the shadow that lurks on Kime's expression. The tavern din returns and Kime and the soldier pour each other drinks. "I've got a wife and a daughter. Haven't seen since I shipped out," says the soldier. "It's been 3 long years." He lets himself smile shyly, now for the first time as he takes a photograph of his wife and daughter from his pocket and shows it to Kime. The wife, a woman of dewy and freshness, and the daughter still very young. "They're the reason I survived. The thought of going home to them alive was all that sustained me in battle." "Is your home far from here?" "No, my village is just over the next pass. I'm sure they've heard news that the war is over and I can hardly wait to have me home. You could get there tonight if you wanted to badly enough. It was that close." And I need to move the chat. Chat's in the way every time I read. Give me a sec. Oh, I need to make it thinner. Which is probably what I'm going to do, just so I can read like a bit. There we go, that'll do. You could get there tonight if you wanted to badly enough. It was that close. But the soldier downs a mouthful of liquor and groans. "I'm afraid." "Afraid? Afraid of what?" "I want to see my wife and daughter, but I'm afraid to have them see me. I don't know how many men I've killed these past 3 years. I had no choice. I had to do it to stay alive. If I was going to get back to my family, I had no choice but to kill the enemy soldier, one after the other. And each and every one of those men had families they left at home. It was a code of war, a soldier's destiny. To stay alive in battle, you need to go on killing men before they kill you. I had no time to think about such things on the front. Too busy trying to survive, and I see it now. Now that the war is over, 3 years of sin are carved into my face. This is the face of a killer. I don't want to show this face to my wife and daughter. The soldier pulls out a leather pouch from which he withdraws a small stone. He tells Kaim it is an unpolished gemstone, something he found shortly after he left the battlefield. A gemstone? Kaim asks, unconvinced. The stone on the table is a dull black without a hint of gleam that a gem should have. It sparkled when I first found it. I'm sure my daughter would love it. If I brought it home. I was sure my daughter would love it when I brought it home to her. Gradually, though, the stone lost its gleam and turned cloudy. Every time I killed an enemy soldier, something like a stain of his blood would rise to the surface of the stone. As you can see, it's almost solid black now. After 3 years, that stone is stained by the sins I've committed. I call it my sin stone. You don't need to blame yourself so harshly, says Kaim. You had to do it to stay alive. I know that, says the soldier. I know that, but still. Just like me. The men I killed have villages to go into, families waiting for them there. The soldier says to Kaim, you too, I suppose. You must have a family. Kaim gives a little shake. Not me, he says. No family. A home village, at least? I don't have a place to go home to. Eternal traveller, eh? Uh-huh, that's me. The soldier chuckles softly and gives Kaim a sour smile. It's hard to tell how fully he believes what Kaim has told him. He slips the sin stone into his leather pouch and says, you know what I think? If the stone turned dark every time I took alive, it ought to get some of its gleam back every time I save a life. Instead of answering, Kaim drains the last drop of liquor from his cup and rises from the table. The soldier remains at the chair, and Kaim, staring down at him, offers words of advice. If you have a place to go home to, you should go to it. Go now. No matter how much guilt you still have weighing you down, I'm sure your wife and daughter will understand. You're no criminal. You're a hero. You fought your heart out to stay alive. I'm glad I met you, said the soldier. I needed to hear that. He holds his right hand out to Kaim, who grasps it in return. I hope your travels go well, says the soldier. And your travels will soon be over, says Kaim with a smile, dying for the door. Just then the punk charges at Kaim from behind, wielding a pistol. Watch out! Bellows the soldier, rushes after Kaim. As Kaim whirls around, the punk takes aim and shouts, You can't treat me like that, you son of a bitch! And the soldier flies between the men and takes a bullet in the gut. And so, as he desperately wished to do so, the soldier saves someone's life. Ironically, it's for the life of Kaim, a man who can neither age nor die, that the soldier's traded his one and only life. Sprawled out on the floor, nearly unconscious, the soldier thrust the leather pouch into Kaim's hand. Look at my sin stone, will you? Maybe, he says, chuckling weakly. Some of its shine has come back. Blood spurts from his mouth, strangling the laugh. Kaim looks inside the bag and says, It's sparkling now. It's clean. It is? Gasps the soldier. Good. My daughter will be so glad. He smiles with satisfaction and holds his hand out for the pouch. Gently, Kym lays the pouch on the palm of his hand and folds the man's fingers over it. The soldier draws his last breath and the pouch falls to the floor. The dead man's face wears a peaceful expression. The stone, however, the man's sin stone, which is rolled from the open pouch, is as black as ever. Let's just go sleep, right? You see what I mean? I love the little stories they have in these.